anybody could have predicted that these people would take an airplane and slam it into the World Trade Center, take another one and slam it into the Pentagon.
Nobody in our government, at least, and I don't think the prior government that could envision flying airplanes into buildings on such a massive scale.
To be honest with you, we arrived on late Monday night and went into action on Tuesday morning.
USA Today reports that in the 2 years before the attacks on September the 11th, NORAD conducted exercises using hijacked airliners as weapons. And one target was the World Trade Center.
President Bush was told in August that Osama bin Laden might be planning an attack involving the hijacking of U.S. aircraft.
It was not a particular threat report, and it did not, in fact, warn of any coming attacks inside the United States. Commissioner, this was not a warning.
And I ask you whether you recall the title of that PDB.
I believe the title was Bin Laden Determined to Attack Inside the United States. Now, the PDB, no, Mr. Benveniste,
I will get into the...
Relating to 9/11, it says federal officials were repeatedly warned in the months before the September 11, 2001 terror attacks that Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda were planning aircraft hijacking and suicide attacks, according to a new report that the Bush administration has been suppressing.
Something yesterday took place in New York that was not foreseen, that we had no specific information about.
Again, I was on television saying that bin Laden's a CIA asset and looks like he'll attack New York.
No specific threat involving really domestic operation or involving what happened, obviously, the city's airliner and so forth.
We know the Joint Chiefs of Staff wanted to blow up airliners, Baltimore Sun. If you do it, we're going to blame you. I'm calling it Operation Expose the Government Terror.
No warning signs that I'm aware of that would indicate this type of operation in the country.
A particularly urgent warning may have been received, causing some top Pentagon brass to cancel their scheduled flights the morning of 9/11.
Why is the Attorney General of the United States doing all his air travel by specially chartered jet?
The Justice Department cited what it called a threat assessment by the FBI.
Pentagon planners also envisioned the attack on the Pentagon 5 months before it happened. According to this April 2001 Pentagon email, Air Force officials wanted a war game, having a terrorist group hijack a commercial airline and fly it into the Pentagon.
I don't think anybody could have predicted that they would try to use an airplane as a missile.
NORAD conducted exercises using hijacked airliners as weapons.
We have a hijacked aircraft headed towards New York.
Is this real world or exercise?
Nobody in our government, at least, and I don't think the prior government that could envision flying airplanes into buildings.
NORAD conducted exercises with fighter jets, simulating hijacked planes flown into the World Trade Center.
The question was whether or not the activities of the 4 war games going on September 11th actually impaired our ability to respond to the attacks.
The answer to the question is no, did not impair our response. In fact, General Eberhart, who was then the commander of North American Aerospace Defense Command, as he testified in front of the 9/11 Commission, I believe he told them that it enhanced our ability to respond.
4 war games going on September 11th.
Enhanced our ability to respond.
NORAD conducted exercises using hijacked airliners as weapons.
Enhanced our ability to respond. Enhanced our ability to respond. Enhanced our ability to respond.
We were told that the World Trade Center was going to collapse.
I didn't realize the towers would collapse. I never realized that.
We were told that the World Trade Center was going to collapse.
No one that I knew of had any idea that they would implode.
Keep your eye on that building as we coming down.
The building is about to blow up. Is the building about to blow up?
The smartest thing to do is pull it. And they made that decision to pull, and then we watched the building collapse.
The point is, if any terrorism comes, it's from this government.